we're back here with the high school football media day from Everbank Stadium, home of the Jaguars. Right now we've got the Columbia Tigers from Lake City. Coach Brian Allen, former Florida State Seminole. Coach, coming off another solid year, another playoff run. Thank you for coming today. Who did you bring today?
I appreciate you guys having us. I have number 12, middle linebacker Jalen Brown. I have number 3, TJ LaTorrance Jones. I have number 15, middle linebacker Ethan Olmstead. I have number 7, starting quarterback Dylan Blair. I have number 4, SL McCall, defensive end. And I have my defensive coordinator, Chris Martinez.
Talk to us about the offense, who's coming back, and who are some players that you have?
Well, we're returning some of our receivers this year. Nathaniel Maxwell, TJ Jones, Marquez Bell was a freshman last year. We had up on varsity that made some plays for us. We had some new guys to that receiving corps as well. In the backfield, we have a freshman that made some noise in the playoffs in Kylan Callum. We have a senior and Tion Dollar that'll be in the backfield as well. And we have some other guys that are back there that will become contributors throughout the year. As I've said earlier, our new starting quarterback is Dylan Blair. He was a sophomore last year and played behind Davin, who had a remarkable career for us while he was there. But Dylan's another one that's had his chance to be able to be in the backseat and learn from all the things, good and bad, that Davin did. And we're expecting big things out of him at the quarterback position. I think up front, when I look at my receivers and I look at the tailbacks and quarterback, our hogs up front this year aren't babies anymore. That's probably the place on offense that I'm most excited about this year. Between them and the receivers and what our quarterbacks can do to get those guys the ball as far as protection, all that stuff has to come together. But I think we have a group of 5 that have meshed together. They've been babies and had to go through the bumps and bruises of defenses that exposed them a little bit last year in that run that we had a year ago. But now they're matured. They have a better understanding of it, and I'm excited about what our offense can get done this year.
All right, let's talk about the defense. What do you got coming back?
Well, with the defensive side, for me, I've been offensive coordinator for the past 3 years. I've passed that on to my junior varsity head coach, and I'm able to go back to the home side for me and taking over the defensive backs. We had some coaching moves and taking over defensive backs, but I'm excited to be able to work with Chris. As Dennis Dotson left and he went into the administrative role, I'm looking for a young guy that we can train and mold and have a sharp mind that can be able to take over that defensive side. And Chris is definitely all of that. And the way he gets after with these guys, the way they're receptive to his coaching and his coaching style, he brings something that's pretty tenacious to the table. And in my opinion, as those guys look at their coordinators, they look at their position coaches, they look at their segment leaders, they begin to emulate what they see and the intensity that their coaches bring. We definitely have that with him. But on the defensive side, we're returning guys that have played a lot, at a high level, from some of them doing it as freshmen to some of them getting their first time in the driver's seat as sophomores and having a remarkable season. But number 12, Jalen Brown's back, that started for us as a freshman. Ethan Olmstead, and number 15, our middle linebacker, led the team in tackles. Was our defensive MVP, had a really, really good sophomore campaign. Number 15, he's back. Number 4, SL, he won the Sackmaster Award last year. He's probably as good as any that you'll see come off the edge. He has a great first step. That's something that you have to have at a defensive end or stand-up outside linebacker position as an edge rusher. You have to have a great first step, and he has the ability to be an unbelievable one before he leaves here in this senior campaign. In our secondary part, we graduated pretty much all of them. That's a brand new look. We're not moving to that segment this year. But we have some guys that are young, that have a lot of talent, that I'm excited about, that we're going to have our bumps and bruises here and there because they're first-year starters. But we have a lot of ability and a lot of potential out of those guys that my expectations are high from them. Not only at the first level with the D-line, but at the second level with the linebackers that we have. New guys that have come over and joined us this year, and then that back end of it with the secondary that we have a system in place that if the Jims and Joes get after and do what they're supposed to do, this year should be one that's fun all the way around.
Coach, you have one of the most demanding schedules You know, people talk about Barton Trail schedule. People talk about Oakleaf and other team schedules. With the new playoff system, talk to us about the schedule, your thoughts of putting it together, and how it's going to affect you coming to playoffs.
Well, you know, if you look, this is year 7 for me. It's hard to believe, and fathom the fact that it's been 7 years. Feel like I just got here last year. But when you look at the 7 years and entering the year 7, you look at our schedule over those previous 6 years. You don't see us scheduling guys outside of the conference that are cupcakes per se, or guys that are below 500 teams. We try to schedule guys out of conference that are going to help prepare us for postseason play. You know, when we hit this deal on week 1, we're trying to play games that are going to have us ready for week 12. You know, after the regular season is over and all the smoke is clear, that we're going to be in the playoffs. And I feel like that if you don't schedule, in my own personal opinion, my own personal philosophy, if you don't schedule teams that are non-conference teams that aren't going to get you better and ready for postseason, then you're going to be out pretty quick. So, you know, this year's scheduling isn't any different. I'm at a place that allows me to be able to go out and get the games that I want, you know, to be able to go out and seek the teams that I feel like we need to be able to be a contending playoff team after week 11, and this schedule is no different. You know, and even in the past week, picking up another playoff team from years past in bowls, you know, that helps us, whether it's a point system or whether it's a philosophy that I have, that you play good, you're going to be good in the playoffs. You play in a playoff atmosphere, week in, week out, you're not going to be shell-shocked when you get in the playoffs. And it's not going to just happen one year because you got a good team in this year, but it's going to be a situation that you're going to be there every year because you schedule those caliber teams. You're going to play up to the level of the opponents that you play. So from the week 1, when we see Reigns, it's been an outstanding team, and the only one, you know, in the regular season that knocks off Robert E. Lee, being in the Classic, that's a team that gets us ready to go week 1 when we get ready to kick off the regular season on the 24th. They're going to let us know where we need to fix things, offensively, defensively, and special teams. And then we're going to be ready when we see Gainesville that first week and each one of those games that comes the weeks after.
Go check out the Columbia Tigers. Nothing better than a Friday night in Lake City in the jungle. They have a demanding schedule. As Coach said, they play Reigns at home August 18th. They've also got Lee in the backyard, at Fletcher. They play Trinity Christian at home. And then they end the year at Bowles. So it's a really tough, demanding schedule. Lots of opportunities to go see this traditional football program. Go check out the Columbia Tigers. Coach, thank you for coming by.
Appreciate it.